Hello, my name is Teresa Bernard, and I'm the Program Director of CRF-OC, also known as the Constitutional Rights Foundation, Orange County. This video is designed for teachers interested in starting a mock trial team at their school. If after viewing this video you still have questions, please contact us. This video will cover information about CRF-OC, who we are and what we do, an explanation of mock trial, the benefits of participating in the program, an overview of the mock trial program, the requirements for participation, information about what is involved for coaches, how to build your team, what the next steps are, and where to find further information. So let's get started. CRF-OC is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization dedicated to providing civic and law-related education to teens in Orange County. We offer 6 programs, including mock trial, peer court, law day, Constitution Day, career forum, and middle school moot court. CRF-OC has run the Orange County High School mock trial program since 1981. So what is mock trial? Mock trial is an innovative, engaging, and often life-changing civic education program that combines performance-based, law-related education with tournament-style academic competition. High school students, working in teams under the guidance of teacher and volunteer attorney coaches, analyze the facts of a hypothetical criminal court case, prepare trial strategy, and enact every role in the trial proceedings, either as members of the prosecution or defense. The teams present their cases in real courtrooms before sitting judges and are scored by volunteer attorneys. So why should your students participate in mock trial? It promotes their critical thinking and analytical skills. It also helps students build self-confidence and other important life skills such as effective communication and teamwork. Through experiential learning, students are educated about the Constitution and the U.S. legal system, which enables them to develop an understanding of and appreciation for the rule of law and their rights and responsibilities as citizens. Mock trial also provides an opportunity for interaction with positive adult role models, and participation in the program also aligns with the California History Social Science Framework and has been identified in research as one of the 6 proven practices for civic learning. Program overview. CRF-OC is the county coordinator for Orange County High School mock trial and is part of the California and national mock trial programs. While each individual county coordinator operates under the same basic principles with the same case materials, policies, rules, and competition formats may vary within each individual county. All trials are held at the Orange County Superior Court's Central Justice Center in Santa Ana. Each year, an average of 900 plus students from 40 or more Orange County high schools participate. All schools are guaranteed participation in the first 4 rounds of competition. This means your team will present each side of the case, prosecution and defense, twice. After the first 4 preliminary rounds, the top 16 teams advance to the playoffs, which are single elimination rounds. The winner of the Orange County program advances to the state finals, which are typically held in March. The state program is run by CRF-USA, sometimes referred to as the Constitutional Rights Foundation for short. Though they have a similar sounding name to CRF-OC, we are wholly separate nonprofit organizations. CRF-USA is based in Los Angeles and writes and licenses the case materials for the California mock trial program that are used by all participating counties. These cases are always based on criminal law and feature a homicide every other year. The winner of the state finals is eligible to participate in the National High School Mock Trial Championship. The national program features a civil case and is typically held in May. To participate in Orange County High School mock trial, your school must be located within Orange County. Homeschooled students may participate in one of 2 ways: as a member of the team at the public school they would attend if not homeschooled, or as a member of an independent team exclusively composed of homeschool students that reside within Orange County. In Orange County, a minimum of 12 students is required in order to register. All teams must be registered at the school for which they are competing. The average team has about 16 to 20 students, and the maximum number of students you can have on a single team is 25. We highly recommend that you aim to recruit at least 16 to 20 students, as dropouts are inevitable. Every team also needs a teacher coach. An attorney coach is not required, but is highly recommended. And then each school will also need to pay the team registration fee of $1,100. This goes towards the licensing fee for case materials, insurance, and fees for using the court facilities, as well as other operating costs associated with the program. Invoices are generated once the school submits a registration form and are due a week prior to the first round of the competition. The school is obligated to pay the fee once they receive the case materials. If a school withdraws after the registration deadline, the school may be responsible for the entire fee. So, what are the roles and responsibilities of teacher and attorney coaches? Teacher coaches are the key to a successful team. They are responsible for recruiting students and verifying their academic eligibility to participate in extracurricular activities. They handle the administrative duties of the competition, and this includes sharing CRF-OC communications with team members and spectators, as well as ensuring submission of necessary forms. Teachers also arrange and oversee mock trial practices, arrange transportation to and from the courthouse, if applicable, and they assist with preparing students for trial. Attorney coaches provide guidance on trial procedures, courtroom decorum, and rules of evidence. They help students develop the trial strategy for prosecution and defense and highlight key questions or issues raised by the case. Remember, all students' work must be their own. While coaches may edit students' work, under no circumstances should teacher and attorney coaches write materials for their students. Teachers and attorney coaches should work together to plan a practice schedule that is best for everyone. It is important to keep in mind that the majority of attorneys work during school hours, so some or all of your team's practices will need to be after school hours in order for the attorney coach to be able to participate. Most teams practice between 5 to 10 hours a week, but it really is up to the individual of the school to set the times and dates of their practices. Schools may have more than one teacher or attorney coach, but make sure everyone is on the same page from the beginning and that you don't have a revolving door of different people throughout the season, as it can lead to confusion. So when looking to build your team, the best sources to start are students that are interested in law, your school's drama department, debate students, and you can make announcements in history and social science departments or through your school's announcement and school bulletin. We recommend recruiting a mix of lower and upperclassmen so that you build continuity into the program year to year. Many schools give upperclassmen attorney roles and lowerclassmen more minor roles such as witnesses or bailiff and clerk roles. Don't forget to promote the program during your school's 8th grade night. If at all possible, CRF-OC recommends beginning the recruitment process in the spring so that you don't have to recruit the bulk of your students in the fall. Remember that you will not be able to register until you have at least 12 students, and registration is required in order to receive access to the case materials. Because the case materials are typically released in early September and the competition starts in November, you will want as much time as possible to review the case materials. Teams that delay recruitment until September or wait for their school's club rush period tend to find it extremely difficult to form a team and have adequate time to prepare for the competition. This slide shows a listing of the roles and CRF-OC's recommended guidelines for division of responsibilities. For each round, schools will either present the prosecution or defense case. And within each round, schools are required to have a minimum of at least 2 trial attorneys. The maximum number of trial attorneys in a single round is 3, and that is the number we have shown on this chart. We recommend that different students conduct the opening statement and closing arguments, and that each trial attorney conduct at least 1 direct examination and 1 cross-examination. Note that the equitable division of responsibilities is part of your team's overall score. The pretrial attorney may not serve as a trial attorney within the same round, but may serve as a witness within the same round in the case of exceptional circumstances, though we would not advise this to be your team's plan structure. This is the only dual role that may be performed within the same round. All other roles are separate and must be performed by separate students. So that would mean you would need to have 4 witnesses portrayed by 4 different students and 1 clerk or bailiff, depending upon which side your team is presenting. If presenting defense, teams may also have a shadow timer. From this chart, you can see why we recommend recruiting at least 16 to 20 students. This is because the fewer students you have, the more your students will have to take on multiple roles and responsibilities. On the prosecution side, if you use the maximum number of trial attorneys, you will have a total of 9 roles. And on defense, a total of 10 roles if you have a shadow timer. Ideally, you would have different students performing the prosecution and defense roles, as otherwise students will have a lot more responsibilities and workloads. There's also the added benefit of having a built-in practice squad if these roles are performed by different students. There are some roles where it might make sense to double up. For example, the clerk is the official timer of the proceedings, so having the student that serves as clerk serve as the shadow timer when your team presents defense makes sense because it is the same role. If you are able to recruit enough students, CRF-OC also recommends having understudies, as this gives your team flexibility in the event of illness. Now that you've learned the basics, here are your next steps. Begin recruiting students. Again, we recommend holding an informational meeting in the spring so you can get a head start with the recruitment process. Find an attorney coach. Start by searching within your own networks to find attorneys, as they tend to be more invested and are more likely to work well with you and your students. This could be parents and family members of the student body, or contacts of school administrators or school board members. And you can also contact your local city officials, the city attorney's office, or your local chamber of commerce. Remember to personalize your request. Including photos of the students on the team is always helpful. If you cannot find an attorney coach after trying these suggestions, CRF-OC can assist with this search. The more notice that is given to us, the better. Please note that CRF-OC's search involves mass appeals through the Orange County Bar Association and other networks, and potential attorney coaches are not screened by CRF-OC. All attorney coaches, whether sourced by CRF-OC or otherwise, should adhere to your school's policies and procedures regarding external volunteers. You'll also need to look into arranging transportation if necessary. Determine whether you will need to put in a request for buses with your school. Some schools have multiple parents carpool team members to the courthouse. You will also need to determine if you need to fundraise. We advise that you check first with your school's ASB fund. You can also check to see if your school or district has earmarked funds for career technical education, as participation in this program may qualify to cover both the registration fee and for any transportation cost. If you have taken all of these steps and have extra time before the next season starts, contact CRF-OC staff for information on how to access past cases. For further information, please visit the mock trial page of our website at crfoc.org. Here you will find information on important program dates and deadlines, as well as competition dates, frequently asked questions, first-year coaching tips, and links to videos of past championship rounds. Information is also regularly posted on our social media accounts. Please note that an orientation for teachers is typically held in September. Check the link to the important dates and deadlines document on our website for more information. This orientation goes more in depth on how to prepare a team for competition and is highly recommended for new teachers. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope that you found it to be informative. If you still have questions, please do not hesitate to contact our staff. We hope to see you and your students at the courthouse.